Joe,
Hello.
thanks for joining me, mate.
Good to see you, Paul.
I've been looking forward to this one.
Me too.
Because I know everything about you. Well, a lot about you, but the audience and the listeners don't. So give us the pitch. Give us the who is Joe Gregory?
Right. So I started my first business when I was 19, believe it or not.
Wow.
No, it was in marketing. So I'm older than I look because I colour my hair. So back in 1997, I started a business doing websites.
Oh, wow.
So nowadays it'd be called digital marketing. Back then it was like, I'll do your website. So I started that business at 19 in 1997, built it to a 12-person team over 6 years.
Wow.
And then realized the business I'd built, I worked in advertising for a year before that. The business I built was like a carbon copy of the business I didn't want to be in. I started a business to be free and do my own thing. I had employees, office, all the usual stuff. And so I didn't want to do it anymore. And I said, I'm going to change what I do. And move into just like doing coaching programs on the marketing we're doing, but not actually the delivery. It was like a full agency. And so I decided to write a book. And I wrote a book, terrible title, called The Gorillas Want Bananas. And then the subtitle, which was genius, was called The Lean Marketing Handbook for Small Expert Businesses. So I've been working with expert entrepreneurs for like ever. And I wrote this book, decided I was going to print 12,000 copies. I knew nothing about publishing. My background wasn't publishing. Self-published the book, ordered 12,000 copies. And when the lorry came up with the books, there was this this big lorry came up and a pallet came off the back with a forklift. And I've come out to the driver. I said, are all those books for me? He's like, there's another 5 pallets on the truck. And so it was a hot summer day. Like, he filled the street with books outside the offices. It's a hot summer's day. We were on the 3rd floor in this office building. The lift was out of order. And so I lumped all those books into the offices, and we filled like one of our offices floor to ceiling with books. And it dawned on me, like, how am I going to sell all these books?
Yeah.
And my only plan really was build my authority by having a book, but we were going to sell them. Like, I was seeing the book as a product. And it took us 5 years to shift all those books.
Oh my God.
But what we learned in the process, we were selling them. I made about, and this is a really sad thing. You think over 5 years, selling as many as you could of 12,000 books. It's like, you must have made loads of money. Made about 30 grand. And you think, like, it's not a full-time income, is it, over 5 years?
No, definitely not.
We made about 30 grand from selling books. But what I found, we started giving books away because we're like, we're never going to shift these books. And we started doing promotions to our list, giving you a copy of a book, and we'd use that to leverage into other things. And that's when we started to get the real money. The coaching program grew, like the business changed. It kind of pivoted from an agency to selling training. And over a period of about 2 years, the team kind of found new jobs. So we didn't quite do we've changed direction, we're going to start from scratch. We moved sort of gradually into that. And so we were filling the coaching programs using books. And then once, my business partner was my sister at the time. She used to do all the speaking. So I liked to be behind the scenes, and she was doing all the speaking, and we'd speak anywhere. Like, we'd speak anywhere our audience was for free. And somebody paid her $1,000 to go over to the Netherlands for a half an hour speech. And we're like, we've made it. And it was because of the book. They'd seen the book. And so after that, I'm like, I want to go all in on publishing. So
it's like the ultimate
this is a
business
really
card.
long story to get into where it comes from.
No, but it's all relevant though, because you've got the marketing background. You know what an asset is. You know what a digital asset is very early on.
Yeah.
And you're now like reinventing the book almost.
Yeah.
Like, it's like not reinventing the wheel, but reinventing the book. And it's like the ultimate business card.
Yeah.
It's like people think of publishing a book as being like this big like thesis and doorstop and whatever.
Yeah.
But actually, no, you've got the ultimate business card, the ultimate lead generator, the ultimate lead magnet. Like, it's all of that combined into one, isn't it?
So we learned that. So we made a lot more money from the books we gave away and just having the book than we did from selling the books. So I'm like, the aim of the game, this is what I should have learned, but I didn't learn the lesson. I'm like, I just want to publish books. So I started a traditional publishing business, small expert business. I published about 200 books over the next 6 years. So that's like 2006 to about 2011, 2012. With a traditional publishing model. So I found experts, they'd write the book, I'd publish it, and then we'd share the money from selling the book. So I'd learned the lesson, but forgot the lesson. I'm like, it's going to be great. And so as a publisher, the challenge is you have to make money back from selling books. That's your only way of making money. And then Lucy was one of my authors. So Lucy, my co-founder in Rethink Press, she brought a book to me. I published it. We got on really well. And then she said, Joe, your business is really great. Like, it was just me running the business at that point. But I think you could do some help with project management. And I'm like, what do you mean? I'm quite chaotic. Like, if you've met me, like I've got a big vision, but I'm not like a manager.
Hey, I'm not, no judgment here, buddy.
So Lucy basically gave me feedback, which is like, I really enjoyed working with you, but like, your organization is crap.
But that's what you need, though, isn't it? You need someone to go, not, can I come work for you? It's like, you are crap at this, Joe.
Yeah.
Let me sort this out for you, Joe.
And that's exactly what happened. So she said that to me. I said, funny you should say that. Like, I'm not very good at that stuff. Do you want to work with me? So I made Lucy a commissioning editor in that business. And over about 6 months, I was still making the decision. I had to invest in the book, make money back from selling the book. And the business was doing okay. Like, it paid a nice living, and it was relatively passive because it was royalty income. And then Lucy said, she was a commission editor, but occasionally I say, look, I just can't take that book on. It's too niche. I don't think we'll sell enough copies. And she's like, but it's a great book for their business. And she reminded me, like, why I'd learned all that time ago. She said, why don't we start charging? I'm like, I hate that idea. Like, I'm a traditional publisher. Like, the idea of people coming towards me and then I kind of do this bait and switch and say, like, now you have to pay me because I don't like your book enough. And so I said, that's a great idea. Let's start a new business. And that's when Rethink Press was founded. So that was about 2011. Lucy and I went into partnership in that business. So that's where we've come from. Rethink Press now publishes about 70 books a year. We've published over 1,000 expert entrepreneur authors.
This is probably going to be quite pointed and quite a loaded question. Do you think the book market is becoming saturated?
Yeah. And it's a great question. I remember when I used to have to tell people why they needed a website, like going back to 1997, like a lot of my kind of training, the kind of getting people in the front was saying why you need a website. And then I remember when we started Rethink and we were doing that, it's like, this is the reason you need a book. And then all of a sudden you're not in business in that market if you haven't got a website, like you don't exist. And it's getting the same in the expert space. If you haven't got the book yet, you're not quite, it's like one of those assets is missing.
It's like you need
expert.
it, yeah.
So yeah, it is getting saturated.
So what can people be? Is it just that the barrier to entry to writing a book has just been lowered
It's
now?
lower, yeah.
Obviously there's a lot of crap on ChatGPT. People just churning out crap, and it's not them. It doesn't sound like them. Why should people still in 2025 think about writing a book?
So they should still do it. So what you said earlier is brilliant about like the ultimate business card. The way I see it, a lot of people say the book's going to open doors for me, which it does, like the opportunities to speak, to guest on podcasts. Daniel Priestley, one of our authors, he had a stat from Stephen Bartley. I don't know if you know this.
Yes,
the Diary of a CEO.
Was it
78% of his guests are authors? So being an author is important. But what I'd say now, it's the same in anything, isn't it? When it's saturated, you've got to do it better.
Yeah.
So it's even more reason not just to throw out a crappy book and kind of think, I've got the book now. It's like people are going to discern, is this a proper book? Like, or are you just trying to put a lead gen together?
Well, I really like what Alex Hormozy did with his $100 million. Which one was it? Leads.
The $1 billion leads. There's so many different.
Yeah, they're all the
it gets
same.
Bigger every time, doesn't it?
But he kind of like said, "Fuck the system. I'm not charging for this book."
Yeah.
Kind of like what you're doing, but he did it with the audiobook as well, and he just loaded all the chapters onto Spotify. And it's like when Spotify started having audiobooks, and I was just like, that's genius. Yeah. And I think it's that level of thinking now. Yeah. It's like the book is still relevant because it's your IP, isn't it? Like,
it holds it, and it's like it's permanent. And as we think about books, like we love them. Like if you could have a beautiful brochure, and you're like, I'm not interested, you throw it in the bin. If you've been gifted a book or given a book or bought a book, you're like, this isn't for me. You usually give it to someone else you think it will. So like these books go into the world, they tend to stay out there. So yeah, you're right. And I think what he did was genius, but it goes to the core principle. The book isn't the product to sell.
No.
Like, it's low revenue, low margin for the author. Like you get a couple of quid royalties, but if you've got a proper business sitting behind that book, there's like that free book could be worth like many multiples.
Well, yeah. I remember like, talking about Daniel Priestley and like what Daniel said about, when he first came to London and he was like having coffee chats and it was like 8 cups of coffee later. And he's like, actually, the book does the same job.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a coffee meeting. It's that 1 hour meeting. You can learn everything you need to know about me and how I work and my methodology just from this book. Like, it seems impersonal, but it's putting it in their hands and like going, take your time, get to know me. And
and if you've done it well, it's a high perceived value thing. And, and like the magic is if they read the book. And I always like when I'm working with authors that are leveraging their book, I say, assume they're not going to read it. So if they're not going to read it, you still want to get the message across, but it still represents that value. It's a physical, tangible thing. So putting like a little mini course together to give them the principles from the book, doing trainings around the book, you want them to get the message from it, whether they've read it or not.
Yeah.
But the book represents something. So rather than it just being a door opener, I see it as a door into your world of value. Like it's the open door. You knock on that door by opening the book. You know they're interested in what you've got.
It's a lot of money though, Joe.
Yeah. A lot of money to publish a book.
Well, it's like giving books away for free. It's a lot. It's a big investment for someone.
Well, can I tell you my secret? Can I call this return per book? You need to figure out the number. So you work on, let's say you wanted to sell, I'm really bad at the maths, but let's say you want to sell a £4,000 product, a training product, or a done for you product, and you want to make £1 million from that. So if I got my numbers right, I think you need to sell 250 of those.
Right.
I think that's right.
Too quick for me.
Yeah. So you work backwards. If you work backwards, like what's your conversion rate from pitching somebody to get on that?
Yeah.
And they might say, I don't know, it's 1 in 4, 1 in 5. So you can work out how many books you need to give away to open the door. Like nothing converts like a book at the front end because everybody understands what it is. So if you work on giving away books and then work through your numbers from like effectively leads to seeing or receiving a pitch or an offer of what you do to sales, and then work out your final number. If you divide that revenue number by the number of books you need to deploy, you get a return per book. This is the figure I call it. It should be at least 10 times the cover price. And so in Daniel's case, a really good example, at one point he was giving away 1,000 books a month. And I interviewed him about this in lockdown. I said, well, like, what does that represent to you? And he said, well, for every 1,000 books I give away, we generate 75 to 100K in value in sales, like direct sales of the KPI program. And so to me, like if you did the figures backwards on that, that's like £88 return per book. So giving away a book to Daniel is worth £88 income.
Yeah.
And so like, the book might cost a £5 to send, and there's a little bit of cost, but you can make it work. And so that's what Daniel was doing consistently.
But you've just, I guess it is like marketing. It is like lead generation. Like you've got to actually just start and start doing it to get an understanding of those numbers.
Free book just is mad. Like you could ask for let me send you a scorecard. I'm going to ask you loads of questions. And people are like, I don't trust you enough to give you that yet. Like I don't want to give you a free book on all my stuff. It's like, okay. Yeah. It's like, I understand what a book is. Even with a course, like you have to understand how's the course going to be delivered? Do I want it? Like a book's just really simple to understand. And I've tested this, like the conversion at the front end. And then the challenge becomes if you've opened the door at the front end, if you haven't put good ads before that, you can end up bringing anyone in and just giving away books and burning books, like burning through them. And if you don't qualify after that, you can waste the books. But you really want to kind of qualify through that whole process. But it works like magic when you get it right.
Yeah, James Church from Robot Mascot, he does this really well. And I've seen his numbers. We worked with James and ran ads for him for a while, and I've seen his numbers and I see the proof that it works. And it's like, but I'm thinking like, is that the barrier to entry though? Is it the investment that you put into writing a book?
Yeah, there's
that's what differentiates you from another entrepreneur. Is it just a case of I can afford to do this, you can't?
Yeah. So like, this is what I say. I'd always test it. So Rethink, we publish books. One of the things, because we learn from when we set up Rethink, it's like, what's ideal for the entrepreneur? What's for the author? So low cost author copies and being able to give away the PDF for free without any kind of comeback. So I'd always say, test this process with a PDF first. You can always add a physical book into that, but you'll get the numbers. You'll get the metrics of the PDF. It doesn't cost you anything, but it still converts.
That's kind of like what I was thinking then. Sorry, not what I was thinking, but where I was going wrong in my thinking there. I was thinking every book you give away should be physical, but no. PDFs, Kindles.
Audiobook, like you said about
audiobook's great now,
So there's loads of ways to give away the book. But I'd say, like, once you've tested it, the magic happens with physical books in a different way. So Daniel was giving away completely free physical books. As I said earlier, people don't throw the book away, they give it to someone else. So if you can deploy enough books, they end up in people's hands. You don't know where it's going to go. And the reason the app that we're working on is called BookMagic. He's loosely described that phenomenon as BookMagic. All of a sudden somebody comes to you that had your book, you didn't sell it to them, you never gave it to them. Like, I've been reading your book, I want to find out how I can work with you.
It's a book magic moment. So
having those books in the world.
Tell us about BookMagic then really quickly, because I feel like everyone's kind of like moving into this space now, and Donna's done it with Awards app, and there's other people moving it with other platforms. Tell us about BookMagic.
So me and Lucy have been working with entrepreneurs to help them plan and publish books. We've helped thousands of entrepreneurs plan and publish and write the perfect book to build their business, to get their authority out. And like I say, it's got to be a good book. If you put a crappy book in that process, you'll see it in the results, and it might damage you. We've loaded it all into the app. Like all of our understanding, all the models, the card method that I developed, because we used to plan them on visual cards. Like all of that's in the app. It all works in the app. And then Jonathan, our CTO, has just made it all work brilliantly. So it's a bit of a misnomer. It says AI, it doesn't write the book for you.
Yeah.
It uses AI to support you in creating your ideal client avatar, to like line everything up in your business purpose, and then write the perfect book to answer their pain points, to give them the journey that leads them towards saying, I need to work with you. And it just does that in a brilliant way. So the tagline is author faster. It speeds you up. It doesn't write the book for you. And
it's important, actually, isn't it, to sort of reflect on that a little bit, because there's a lot of talk around AI at IdeasFest this year, and it's a real buzzword for a lot of people, and a lot of people, excuse me, still aren't using it, aren't, and it's a big thing, and it's going to change our lives. But it's an enabler, isn't it? It's an optimizer. It's not a done for you, really.
It's doing a lot of the heavy lifting in an elegant way, and then you like this. And like Lucy said this herself, it's like I think it's replaced me. Like it's replaced me. Like I've been mentoring like thousands of people and writing and publishing planning on writing books.
It gives you choices, though.
It's working better because they can do it in their own time. You can voice note it straight into it. You can talk straight to it, and it will transcribe directly. So we've seen authors. Daniel used it for his latest book. I know he's a co-founder. So you got me, Lucy, Daniel, and Jonathan, and then David Horn.
Yeah.
I should probably name them if this is on a podcast. So you got Lucy Macara, Jonathan Farrar, Daniel Priestley, and David Horn are kind of the key team we meet.
Team, yeah.
But Daniel used it, and he said to us behind the scenes, he said, like, if it was crap, I'd have gone back to Scrivener. And he said, like, it's been brilliant. Like, I've loved it. And it's like, he's written his book, and he's publishing that one. I think it's with Wiley. So it's his latest book, the Lifestyle Business Playbook, I think it's called.
Yeah. I've seen that around, yeah.
So he said it sped him up, and it challenged his thinking, and it kind of helped him to do it, and it was enjoyable. So Daniel's used it. We're getting authors where I'd say usually it takes about 3 months to write a good book. Some authors have said they've done it in a week. Some people, I'd say it probably doubles the speed rather than, so you're going to get it in half the time if you focus.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really proud of the app, and
you should be. I've used it. I've been in and planned, and just out of morbid curiosity, I don't think I'm quite ready to.
Yeah, you don't want to do it yet because it will drag you along. It'll make you.
Yeah, I need to. I think I do need that sort of like 1 month thing to write the book, and I have it in my head, and But that's the thing, isn't it? It's like get your best thinking, your best IP onto the page, and nothing.
And there is,
what is it? It sells like nothing sells you like a book.
Yeah, nothing sells you like a book is one of our taglines.
Oh, I know, it's imprinted in my brain.
Yeah. And interestingly, years ago, Lucy was on the stage, and somebody said, "Why should I give away my book? Like, why if I put all my best thinking in my book, why would they work with me?" And Lucy said, "Books bring business; they don't turn it away. Like, you can put your absolute best thinking in a book. It's not the same as you doing it." And that stuck with me. I'm like, right, we're going to call this Books Bring Business, or Books Build Business, as it turned into. And then I just thought more elegantly, it's like nothing sells you like a book. And it just flips it. You shouldn't be trying to sell the book. If you're using the right way, the book will sell you because it's got your best thinking, your best ideas for your ideal client in it. And if you've done it the right way, there's a logical next step. And they go, I love what I'm hearing here. I want to learn more. I want to work with you. I want you to do the implementation for me. And that's where the real power is. And
am I right in thinking you guys have the Business Book Awards as well?
So we don't own that. Lucy's the official founder of it. So it's run by Pathway Group.
Right.
And the real story is they approached us, and Lucy's profile was there in the publishing space. Like, we want somebody to be the face of this. And like, I'm like, how much of Lucy's time are you going to steal from me?
Yeah.
That was my first question. And like, it's been a great,
please don't take her away from me. Thing.
Poison chalice in a way, because like all the judging is absolutely independent. I always feel guilty when a Rethink book kind of surfaces. It's like Lucy's face is kind of associated with that.
And, do you know what? I've never thought that, actually.
We've stepped slightly away now, so you won't see Lucy as visibly involved. But in those first few years, the work she did with them, like the work I was doing behind the scenes when I'm planning how the awards could work and finding all the judges, I think it was really valuable. But now it's kind of time to just like, we love those guys, but like we don't want to be.
I'd never thought of that though, weirdly enough. I mean, I'm sure, clearly it was something that fed back or whatever, maybe, but I've never thought that. Yeah. What's next for BookMagic then? Like, how is it going? Like, how big is it going to get? Is the goal to sell it?
Yeah, I mean, always from day one. So we financed it with angel investors, so EIS and SEIS investment. So we've done two raises. People just can't wait to like get involved because obviously Daniel Priest is involved and Score App's going so well. So we had no shortage of people saying like we'd like to invest. So we started it off with that so we could get the tech up to speed. But at the beginning of that, like it's a 5-year plan to like create an amazing app, get that user base up so the annual recurring revenue is just sky high, and then to sell it on to somebody that can make it even better and bigger. So that's always been the goal. That's what we're focused on for our investors. So we're going to build an amazing app. So the next 18 months is really getting up to 1,800 users. So we're about 400 active users now, paid users. We want to get that to 1,800. That's amazing. That's the magic point. Daniel's the expert on this, but he's like, hit that number, everything changes in terms of the valuation of the business and all things. So yeah, we're doing everything we can to get that. I've got the moniker CMO, and I shouldn't probably say this on a podcast. I'm a marketer, but I've always marketed service expert businesses. SaaS business is a whole new world, so I'm learning a lot. And I think at some point, finding somebody that can do that scale, that SaaS stuff, we're going to probably have to bring somebody else in. I'm on there as CMO, kind of the brand, the slide deck to get the investment
down,
was
making sure it's
me
all
and kind of the
working,
proposition. But beyond that, we need somebody that's really technical and can manage that and make it grow. And obviously with the growth guys, we want you to throw a load of ads at it and like really target it. So that's part of the plan.
Recorded. That's proof. That's a contract. It's living and breathing.
We've got it in audio and video. Yeah.
Amazing. Well, listen, Joe, this has been amazing. And I think people need to, where can they find you? How can they work with you and Lucy and Rethink? And
so all I'd say is go to rethinkpress.com or BookMagic.ai and you'll find what we're up to. You'll find me from there. Me personally, you'll find me on LinkedIn. Now, this is really annoying. When I went on Instagram, the real Joe Gregory had already beat me to it. So if you go to Instagram Joe Gregory, you'll get whoever got there first. I'm known as real Joe Gregory.
Real Joe Gregory.
Yeah, because I thought that would annoy him.
Sounds like a boxer.
Yeah.
It sounds like a boxer, the real Joe Gregory.
The real Joe Gregory. That's what I thought.
Or a UFC fighter or something.
Like, whoever got there first, we're like, I'm the real Joe Gregory. No, I'm the real Joe Gregory. So yeah.
There's enough room in the world for both of you. Joe, thanks so much for coming on, mate. I really enjoyed that. Thanks, and enjoy the rest of the festival.